Hi guys, I'm Tharwa. Welcome to my Van studio. I'm getting pretty savvy with my editing skills these days. I've learned how to add timestamps to my videos. And so if you would like to go down to the description of this video, you can check out the different timestamps. And if you'd like to, for instance, just skip ahead to just the painting portion, this way you can kind of do your thing and hopefully you'll stick around for the whole video. I would love that. Um, so yeah, timestamps, who knew? Well, I knew, I just didn't know how to do it, and it's so simple. So I'm glad I learned that portion. Actually, I learned to do it last week, and I did it for the first time in last week's video. So today I'm going to be painting a hydrangea, and it's going to be simple, really simple. Limited palette. You can use really a flat brush, an angle brush. You can choose your brushes. And I'm doing it in watercolor. And so I do have a different setup today. I kind of opened my door. It's a beautiful day. And I thought of taking my paints and doing it outside, which I will be doing more of this summer, painting outside. But today I just didn't want to pack up everything and have the chance of forgetting something. And yeah, I really wanted to just paint. So I opened the door. I popped up my little table at the entrance and set up my paints there. And so Diesel is snoring on the side. I'm going to be painting on the side, and come and join me. Okay, here I mixed up a little bit of Payne's Gray. These are both Payne's Gray. This is Mei Liang, which has more of a bluish tint to it. And this is the Daniel Smith. It's more gray. And I'm going to go in with my first layer and play around with both of these and just kind of see how I like it on the paper. Very watered down. I'm taking my pipette, so I'm trying to keep my water clean. I want this to be really watered down for my first layer. For my first layer here. And I'm just going to go in very random and just place my brush strokes in a very random way here. And the only rule I have for myself doing this is I want to keep, since this is the bloom, I want to keep it in a circular design here. So I just want to stay within that. And then my light source is going to come from this area. So I want this little oval area to be lighter. And I'm just going to, you can see I'm just flopping my brush back and forth. You can do this with a straight brush as well. I'm just using my little angle brush here. And now, see, I think I'm going to do the Mei Liang. I'm really liking, and I'm just going to, I just need a little bit more. Can you see this palette? Oh, you can, good. A little bit of the darker and just kind of plop that in. Being very aware that I don't want it to go too dark in this area. And that's kind of it. You're just going to go back and forth and play around with this. Okay, this could be my dirty water here. And I want to do a little bit of, let's see, I think I'm going to do Amethyst, which is here. This is very pretty. You can see that color. Yes. Very light. And just plop in a little bit of Amethyst. And this is pretty much it, guys. And now remember, if you're doing this with watercolor, watercolor is going to dry lighter. So it's a really nice hot day today, and I am expecting this to dry relatively quickly. And I think this is all I'm going to do for this layer. I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll actually, I think I can do part of the leafy area here as well. So for the leaves, I'm also going to go in with my Payne's gray. And let's see, I'm going to do, I kind of start with a little roundish shape in the top. And then I'm using the tip of my brush, and I'm just going to kind of loosely do the, you know, if you look at the leaves of hydrangeas, you'll see that it's not a very straight edge for the leaves. And maybe I want another one here. And we'll do here. I want okay, I'm gonna let this dry and we'll come back to it. My paper is still a little damp, and I'm just randomly going to plop in a few darker areas here. And you can just imagine where you kind of want the centers to be on some of these. Okay, now I'm gonna let it dry a little more. Okay, my initial painting is not completely dry, but it's dry enough to where I can work some of the surrounding areas. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my buff titanium and a very watered down, let me turn this, a little bit of violet here, but very watered down buff titanium. And I'm going to, there's a chunk in there, I'm going to just lightly break this dark white background. And I'm not being very precise. Buff titanium is, I like doing this for a background that where I don't want the background to be have any type of focus. And it's really nice going in with this so it doesn't distract from the main piece. For the leaves, I am going to do, turning my palette because I'm trying to keep this in the frame so you can see what I'm mixing. I do a little bit of my sap green here. Oh, I love this color. I love sap green. And you can darken sap green with a little bit of the Payne's gray as well. So I'm going to go in. It's good to go in with the watered down version because you can always darken it. See, I'm not being very exact with where I'm placing it. And I'm just taking a clean brush and pulling some of that out, so it is depositing a lighter grade of lighter shade of sap green, and this is where my light source will be, so I just wanted it a little lighter. And I'm going to do the same to the others here. And do a little greenish area in here as well. I think I might do another leaf just poking out there. While my painting is drying, I thought I'd show you guys my little doorway setup on my table. Yeah, there we go. Okay, our painting is not bone dry, little floaties in my water, but it's dry enough to go in with another layer. And I think I'm going to darken up our leaves first. Some more sap green. Oh, I did a little splatter there, but you know what? I think I'm going to leave it. And just laying down a few more little darkened centers, since this is a lot more dry actually. When we first did that, you'll see it's kind of holding its form now because the paper is relatively dry. I think we're good, maybe. think I'd also like to take a little more of the amethyst. I'm being very random with my strokes. Just wherever you feel now that you have a little bit more shape to it, where you'd maybe like a petal to be. I'm going to darken portions of the leaves, just with a little more of the Payne's gray. And you can soften the edge just by drying your brush and just wiping over the edge. Just giving it a little bit of texture. And this is a really darkened, went into the Mei Liang, and I'm going to go in and do a few more just really dark areas in here, kind of keeping the darker to the base of the flower. We're almost done. I think I do want to have a little more darkened areas on the leaves. So I'm going to go back in with my Mei Liang, and you see that's pretty dark. And I'm just going to clean my brush and just soften the edge. Clean it again. Hello. And soften it some more. And do it with a couple more areas here. that. Now I'm just kind of messing around with it. You can easily go a little overboard here, which I tend to do sometimes, won't lie. I forgot about this one over here. How can I forget about you? Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, I want it to be darker. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn the camera back on. I went in with a little more sap green and just playing around with some of the lower portions here to balance it out a little bit more. And just give it a little richer color. And then we're done with the painting portion. Once this dries now, we will start the fun part. Yes, there's a part that's more fun than this. I'm also going to just thicken up a little bit of the stem. We are going to take our jelly roll and define some of these little flowers. So I'm just going to kind of go over some of these and just make random little random shapes, defining some of the flowers and just highlighting some of the other areas. I'm trying not to let my hand get in the way here, but it's going to inevitably get in the way here. There's a car alarm going off, and it's been going off for quite a little bit here. And by doing the jelly roll around the ends, I think it just softens the whole flower quite a bit. I hope my head didn't get in the way there. If it did, I apologize. Yay, the car alarm went off, or got turned off. I told you it would get more fun. You know, I've done this technique with some of the paintings that I just wasn't happy with, and just by making these little definitive marks in between, it made a huge difference on my painting. So sometimes you just never know by doing something as simple as this. See, it just gives it a lighter look, a little more softer look, I should say.
Easy rider on the highway, station wagon going slow, windows open, you are basking in the bluegrass rainbow. It is easy now to see you with your hand out on the wind. I keep this folded at the corner so that I could not forget. Folded at the corner so that I could not forget. Pink azaleas by your driveway, shade a leisurely goodbye. In your terry cotton sweater, with your arms sweeping the sky.
Hi, buddy. Okay, and one more thing we're going to add to this gray. Ignore my hand. I got a big splatter there. And I think we're done, guys. Remove the put this paper towel down, hopefully to protect my top of my table, and I think it worked. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. I will see you in the next video.